So the mole concept, it's an SI unit. So when we say SI unit, so it's one of the standard of units of measurements defined by the International System of Units. So actually, merong 7 base quantities when it comes to the SI unit. So standard unit of time is in seconds, for example. Standard unit of length and distance would be a meter. Mass, kilograms. In terms of electric current, it's ampere. Thermodynamic temperature, it's Kelvin. Luminous intensity, so ito most commonly used sa physics, so candela. And then when it comes to the amount of matter, ang standard unit natin is the mole. And the most important governing relationship that I would like for you to print on your brains is the one shown at the bottommost bullet. So again, yung 1 mole of a substance would correspond to a specific mass, and it would also correspond to a specific number of particles. So ito yung i-unpack natin isa-isa. So ito medyo, sabi ko nga, sa mga guro na experts na dito, ito medyo po refresher lang pero I'm quite sure that the students will benefit from this. Okay, so how did they come up with the concept of a mole back in the day? So paano ba nila define yung 1 mole? So this is how it turned out. So one of the earliest definitions of a mole is essentially based on carbon-12, which is one of the most studied isotopes of carbon, on the planet. So conventionally, this is how they defined it. So sabi nila, 1 mole of a substance should correspond to 12 grams of carbon-12. And that 12 grams of carbon-12 should correspond to a constant or a specific number of particles. So, 'di ba, carbon-12, sinakto nilang 12. So, 'di ba, para hindi kasi tayo din nalilito, they actually have to set certain conventional a specific definition of this. So, again, 1 mole of carbon-12 should be equal to 12 grams. Is anyone familiar with that concept? Ano tong quantity na to? 1 mole is equal to 12 grams. Yan yung tinatawag natin na molar mass. So isa din ito sa the earliest definitions of molar mass. So, 'di ba, ano bang unit ng molar mass? Ang unit ng molar mass is grams per mole. So dito yung nanggaling. So 1 mole of carbon-12 should be equal to 12 grams. So, baka may mamiloso po sa akin dyan, Sir Jeff, bakit po sa periodic table ang nakalagay pong molar mass ng carbon is 12.01? So, it's 12.01 mainly because yung nasa periodic table po kasi natin, yung molar mass po dyan is a weighted average of all of the isotopes of that particular element. So, pag sinabi natin weighted average, yung mass contribution depends on yung abundance ng isotope na yun. But we're not going to discuss it like in this session. Pero gusto ko lang pong ipahatid sa inyo na dito nang galing yung konsepto ng molar mass. So when they started defining, okay, what would be the mass of 1 mole, in reference to a pure material or an element. So yan po yan. No? So imagine niyo naman yung weighted molar mass na nasa periodic table, para lang yung weighted average nyo sa school. So ganun nyo siya i-calculate. All right, so at this point we have actually unpacked yung basic definition at yung early definition ng mole, and then at the same time yung molar mass. So papakatandaan nyo yan kasi these are all very important as we unpack like everything that comes with like all topics that come with the mole concept.